We first became aware Labor might take some sort of action on Monday, but no one knew what form that would take. They'd previously ruled out doing a no confidence motion, and then obviously that escalated very quickly from there. Once Dean Winter announced that he'd tabled this no confidence motion on Tuesday and would bring it on as soon as he had the 18 votes, everything moved super quickly.
Tasmanian Labor needs to stand up for people that rely on us. People that need us to hold this government accountable. People who are sick and tired of the sort of behaviour that we saw this week. People who are sick of...
Order.
This will be an election that Tasmanians don't want and Tasmania cannot afford.
The disruption started last Thursday when the state budget was handed down, showing debt ballooning out to $10.8 billion in 4 years' time, and plans from the government to cut the public service and possibly sell government assets. That, along with the bungling of infrastructure for the 2 new Spirit of Tasmania ferries, prompted this from the opposition.
Tell the House you've lost confidence in this Premier.
We haven't seen a no confidence motion in a Tasmanian Premier be successful for more than 3 decades. The last one was in 1989 when Liberal Premier Robin Gray had a no confidence motion moved against him.
The debate went on for hours and hours, but the ambush when it came was swift and the execution of the Gray government was sudden. But Robin Gray was philosophical.
Oh, well, you win some, you lose some, don't you?
The current parliament is made up of 14 Liberal members, 10 Labor MPs, 5 Greens, 5 Independents and a Jackie Lambie Network MP. But if an election's called, every candidate will be recontesting their own seats just over a year after the last election.
And I wanted it to work. I believed in it. And I actually still do.
I'm angry it's come to this.
The Greens didn't take this lightly.
And we've got this, familiar kind of theatrics now where all sides of politics are trying to blame the others for bringing on the election. Tasmanians don't want to go to the polls.
I'm over it. I'm a bit sick of the elections.
I think people need to have an IQ test or common sense before they enter politics.
It would be Tasmania's 4th election in 7 years, and I think everyone's got a fair bit of election fatigue. So out there, people were trying to work out what's caused this and why is it happening. Labor have been really clear that this no confidence motion wasn't about the stadium, but there's been lots of confusion in the community.
See, I just want the stadium to go ahead under any premiership.
We really can't afford a new stadium at this stage, surely.
Both of them are saying that they're going to support the stadium unless we get 5,000 independents stand. Not an awful lot's going to change.
Because of the tight timelines for the project, it requires planning approval by the end of June, according to the deal signed with the AFL and the state government. And now that's obviously not going to happen if an election is called.
I just think the Parliament in its current form has failed the Tasmanian people.
In terms of how prepared the major parties are for an election campaign, I think the answer is not very. Now, there's lots of names coming out of the woodwork about people who might stand as candidates for a first time. Former federal MP Brian Mitchell's being floated as a Labor candidate in Lyons. Speaker Michelle O'Byrne yesterday hinted that she had some big career news. We don't know what that is at this stage, but if she does decide to resign, Labor loses a big vote getter in Bass, and they've already lost Rebecca White in Lyons. Does Bridget Archer, the former Liberal MP in Bass, run there in the state election? In terms of the key issues of the election, I think budget management, plans to sell state assets, but then from the minor parties, the stadium will be a really key theme. The last polling we saw had Labor on top of the Liberals for the first time since 2009, but Jeremy Rockliff well ahead in the preferred Premier stakes.
If there is an election campaign, it'll be about not spending, it'll be about reforming and making sure we can change Tasmania for the better.
I have a lot more fight in me. We have built a better Tasmania.
This has been the craziest time of my career. All in all, it's just been chaotic and confusing, and I've felt all those same emotions that Tasmanians have felt watching at home, trying to work out what's going on. The uncertainty isn't going to stop anytime soon either. It will continue until at least Tuesday, when we know whether there's going to be an election.